Hello everybody, Nick here. So, I did a video maybe almost a month ago, okay? And I basically was talking about how most people are not enjoying their human experience. So let's talk about why I'm not enjoying my human experience. And it's gonna sound similar to the last video, but probably going to end up talking about a lot of other things because usually a lot of things to do with my videos kind of interconnect. So, why am I not enjoying my human experience? First of all, you got to take care of this meat sack of a body, okay? So, anything can go wrong with it. If you don't do enough exercise, you start feeling, kind of rusty or arthritis or whatever the hell you want to call it. You have to eat properly. You have to make sure you're in a clean environment. You have to make sure there's so many things that we have to do in order to take care of our body. We constantly have to shower. I mean, you don't have to, but there's other consequences that could happen from not doing that. I saw this actually experiment this guy did. I think it was a British guy, and he didn't take a bath for like a month straight or something, or a couple of months, I don't know what it was. And he did take a bath, but he was using like no soap, no shampoos, just water. And what happened was the body began to adapt, to the germs or whatever. And I don't know, he probably wasn't smelling too good. Either way, I don't think we need all of these chemicals and all this crap. I mean, for me personally, my skin is extremely sensitive. I don't know why. I don't know if it's genetic. It's just really, really, really annoying. I get dandruff. I don't know what it is. I mean, it comes and goes. It's so annoying. I have really bad allergies at specific times of year. I have allergies to like dust and other people don't, and it's just like, what the, got to deal with something all the time with this body. You have to, like I said, you have to eat properly. You have to have a balanced, mental health as well, because otherwise you can go really crazy in this, prison world that we live in. And it's just like there's never enough time to do everything. That's how I feel like there's, at least when I was working a 9 to 5, there was never any time to do anything. I mean, weekends would come and then it'd be like, okay, I have Saturday or Friday night to do something. It would always be going out, the same shit. Go out with friends, have some drinks, eat out, come back. Then you'd have to wake up the next day. You'd have Saturday to do whatever you wanted, and then basically you have to choose one of those days to like do your laundry or whatever, organize your stuff for the next week, and it's just around and around and same shit. And my God. The other thing that is, I know for a fact why I'm not enjoying my human experience is I can't do whatever I want whenever I want. Whenever I want. I'm in a relationship, for example. Can't do whatever I want. That's just the way it is. That's how relationships go. And I know many of you are going to be like, well, you chose that. Yes, I did choose that, for sure. It's all on me. I'm not saying I don't blame anybody for that. I just think it's like, we really like to limit ourselves. I think we really like to restrict ourselves in this world. There's those people who have kids. I've talked about antinatalism and all that stuff, the pros and cons of it. There's people who want to bring in kids and then they can't even take care of themselves, yet they bring in kids to this world. So that's very annoying to me. Here in Brazil, for example, the poor keep breeding the poor. I think rich, more wealthier people have less and less kids. And I don't really care if any of you get offended by any of this. I'm just saying what I think and what I see from experience. So here in Brazil specifically, you get the favelas, which are like the shanty towns, the poor neighborhoods of Brazil, like here in Rio. They call it the community, okay, to make it, I guess, seem a little less shitty. But a lot of those people keep, breeding and breeding, and I'm sure there's a lot of nice and good people. I've met a few from the favela, But unfortunately, there's a lot of really shitty people, criminals, grifters, scammers, pickpocketers, and they come down to, you know, where the tourists and things like that hang out, and they'll just try to rip them off. It's really, really shitty and disturbing, and just, I don't know. So you're gonna get people who continually have kids there. There's no limit on children. And what happens, you know, bad people breed bad people and raise bad people like themselves. So, but I would say, for me, the human experience for me is the worst, because it's just all I see is suffering, and I suffer. All I see is suffering. For example, around the streets here, I don't know about which country you're in, but here in my adopted country of Brazil, all I see is poor animals wandering around the streets, hungry, picking through the garbage. You know, I only can do so much. I try to give some foods or things like that, and there's nothing else I can really do. I'm kind of helpless. I'm on my own, and I really love animals. I like animals way more than I like human beings, and that's not too difficult. But here it's so rampant, and no one seems to give a damn, and it's very annoying. It's just very sad, and I don't know. So in this life, it's not just I'm suffering, but when I see others suffering, specifically animals, or actually good people, or, you know, wars happening around the world, and, you know, it's a constant, it continually happens, and we're in this world where it's, you know, allowed, and it's, you know, people use the fact that it's for self-defense. That's why we go to war, because there's a lot of bad people. Sure, okay. But that's not the main motive, okay? It's much more than that. It's money. Money is always the driver of everything in this fucking planet. Society is messed up. You have to have a certain, you know, demeanor in society, or you're like a weirdo and an outcast or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just this human experience that I'm having is just, you know, it's shitty. And I hear people say, life is what you make it. What do you mean life is what you make? Shut up. Life is what you make it. I've heard that so many times, and I'm thinking, try to tell that to the person who's got nothing and is living on the street. You know, they're struggling to make ends meet. It's unbelievable how people who don't, if it's not affecting them, they're having a great life, you know, then nothing else really matters. I see so much poverty in this country. Even in my home country of Canada, I've seen, you know, apparently I think it's like 20% of Canadians have to go to the food bank or skip meals or something. There's just, who can enjoy this experience when, I mean, unless you're a psychopath and you don't have any empathy for anybody. I mean, sure, I don't like human beings in general, like the human race. I kind of given up on them a long time ago. But I do like individual people. I mean, one-on-one or whatever, but in groups, people seem to change when they get into groups together, and, you know, they start choosing people they don't like, and it seems like people go crazy when they get into large groups. Bad things can only happen. I mean, I'm talking about the last century or so, even these days. It's really for no good. I mean, I don't know. Just so many bad things. I'm not sugarcoating this shit. I mean, I know you guys probably who watch my channel think the same thing, see the same as I do. And I know people who pass by on my channel who are watching for the first time probably not going to agree. And that's okay. I mean, if you're enjoying your life, your human experience here on this ball of dirt that we call Earth, I can't say, I mean, you know, all the power to you, but I mean, I've had people tell me, well, you can't always look at the bad, you have to look at the good, you have to look at the good. There isn't much good. And the little good that there is, it's fading away. It's fading away, you know. I'm trying to come up with video ideas that are more positive because, you know, being negative all the time is just really, it's really tiring, I guess, is the best word I can think of. It's just very, but I mean, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not lying to you guys. This is the truth. The world in which we live is shit, and it's, I mean, I don't know. There's little things, yes, sure. I'm not saying that there's nothing good at all in life. But for the most part, everything pretty much that involves money or, you know, government or whatever, everything else but these little things is shit, you know. Let's see if I can come up with a few positive things. I like coffee. Even that's probably not that good for us. I mean, everything that we seem to, that again, everything that seems good and nice, there's always some like morbid twist to it or something that they're hiding from us, because everything is built on a lie, it feels like, in this world. You know, we don't even know what the true history is of the past. We don't know what the hell actually happened. You know, they write these books, these history books and whatnot. No one really fucking knows. Like, we all take it by their word, you know. Okay, well, you know, we won World War II, blah blah blah. You know, what was the interest in that war? What, like, no one's ever really gonna know. No one knows what happened 2,000 years. No one knows even what the hell happened like 100 years ago, because no one was there. I didn't want this to be a rant today, but I wanted to talk about what is. Why I'm not enjoying my human experience. See, something that already is annoying me. This fucking camera keeps shutting off on me, which is, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's the other thing. It's like, sure, there's the suffering and the really evil people out there and the psychopaths running this world who, you know, want us to end up being in a Hunger Games society in the future, which is, you know, not that far off. But then there's these little stupid things that, like this, you know, every day there's some little problem. Every day there's something you have to, you know, sort out, or you have to resolve. I can't have one fucking day where it's like nothing to have to worry about. It's always something. And again, that's on me. Maybe I shouldn't be worrying about this shit so much. So let's think about a few things that are good in this world. So coffee, I do like coffee. I like chocolate, even though sugar is terrible for us. I like the beach. I like the feeling of the sun on my skin. I like hanging out with friends that are actually truly real good people. I only have a few in my life. I don't need any more than that, because I've been backstabbed too many times in this life. Some family members I really do like and I'm close to. Can't really think of much else. With food, I mean, I like food, but I'm tired of chewing, and then you gotta digest, and it's all, like, again, it comes back to the body. Oh my God. I did a video before and I said I wasn't depressed, but maybe I'm going to end up be depressed eventually. I have to come to terms into accepting all this shit. You know, there's nothing else I can do. And I'm sort of, you know, since I started this channel, I've been coming to terms with that. I mean, I don't know. I've done videos about where the world's headed. I mean, things are bad enough that we got to deal with death and disease and poverty and all these other things. We got to deal with, like, the world turning into one giant prison, which it kind of is already, but a literal one with these globalists. It's like can't they just leave us the hell alone so we can just live out our lives and have fun? This is what life is supposed to be about, fun. Feeling good. Not about making money, waking up in the morning to have to deal with some annoying boss and doing some task or work that you really don't want to do. It's not about that. It's not. And it's god awful terrible. That's another thing. People do things that they don't want to do. Again, they get into relationships. They don't want to be in the relationships. They go to jobs that they don't want to do. They deal with family members they shouldn't have to deal with. You don't have to deal with anything. You have the choice. There's always the choice, but I think fear gets in the way. People don't want to do that. What will they think? What will they think if I give up my job and move away or travel for a year or something, or drop out of university, or only you can decide what's best for you. Forget about all these other fucking people. It's like they're not living your life. It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. That's why, I already lived in this country before, about 10, 11 years ago. I had so many people tell me, oh, it's dangerous. Oh, why are you doing that? You're not going to make any money. Oh, I ignored all of that. You have to. You have to just not give a shit what other people think as well. So why am I not enjoying my human experience? It's too much noise, too much background noise all the time. It's fucking annoying. I don't know, there goes the camera again. I don't know what's going on with this camera, but anyway. Constantly have to worry about what's, in this country, it's quite dangerous as well. It's either that or I live back home in my home country and freeze my ass off and be miserable. More miserable. I just wish this world was a much better place. Can you imagine if there was little to no crime in around the world? You could visit these places that are off, out of bounds, or what do you call it? You're prohibited to go because it's just so fucking dangerous. There's so many beautiful places here in Brazil, and I've been to some crazy places, but it's you have to always be careful. Danger all the time. I don't live in fear, but I don't know, I'm just sick of a lot of things. Too much bullshit, too much. Yeah, a lot of evil in this world, man. Some days I don't want to unalive myself, but some days I'm just like, I don't want to be here. If I'm like this now, imagine when I'm old, if I get to that age. That'll be hell. More hell. And that's the allergies acting up. I don't know what the hell's going on in this planet. There's a group of people who think that they can control everybody, and that's cool, Anybody thinks that they should control another person has some real issues. There's a quote I saw. It was an interview with by John Lennon with, I don't know, whatever news, years ago. John Lennon, one of the Beatles, before he got offed. And he said it like this, that society and those who lead it's being run by maniacs, by crazy maniacs for crazy agendas. You can go look it up. It's online. Now I wonder why they offed him. speaking too much truth. It's insane. Like, I know people who never even fully enjoyed their human experience as well, because they had to do what they did, what other people expected of them and wanted them to do. My mom was one of them. You know, she ended up being a housewife. God damn it, allergies. She ended up being a housewife and didn't get to do the things she wanted to do because the kids were the priority. She wanted to do a little bit of traveling. She was a very good artist. Same with my grandmother. Not my mom's mom, but other side of the family. She was a brilliant artist. Her work didn't go ahead with that. It's not good to have regrets. But her husband wouldn't, my grandfather wouldn't let her or whatever. It was like, back in the day, the 60s or whatever, the man was the one running the household. So stupid. So stupid. Yeah, another reason why I'm not enjoying my human experience. It's just so many stupid people. So many stupid people. It's like there's no common sense. There's no thinking outside the box. There's no critical thinking. I mean, I know there's some smart people and whatever, but people have just been so dumbed down, and partially that's the way they are, and the other is that they were manipulated that way by the chemicals that they're spraying in the air and the fluoride in the water and all kinds of crap that we're consuming and we're exposed to on a daily basis. That's maybe why my allergies are like this. I don't know. Humanity is under attack on all sides, on all fronts. Chemical warfare, mental manipulation warfare, biologically, all kind, psychologically. It's crazy. I just want to live in a cool world, with everyone has all they need, but unfortunately humanity is never just enough. There's like a demon inside of everybody, I guess. I don't know. Scarcity mindset. People think that they have to have all of this crap, and you just need enough for your clothes, your roof, roof over your head, food. Everything else is kind of extra. But everyone's constantly hustling to get whatever, materialistic things. It's not needed. It's definitely not needed. None of this shit is needed. I mean, that's part of the reason why we have a lot of issues as well. Greedy people, they want to consume, especially like the 1%ers. But I don't even know if I explained myself very well in this video. I just very frustrated. I have to do more meditation and thinking, I think, I'm not going to matrix. That's just not a possibility ever. Not that I want to, but I have to figure out that and realize that this is the way it is. I mean, unless people can look inside themselves and see that this is not acceptable, this is not how we're supposed to be living, this is not how the world is supposed to be. Like, I could go on and on and on and on about how many terrible things are going on in the world, you know, all these heinous acts, you know, child exploitation and just everything. There's just way more shitty things going on than good. That's all I can say. But I think things are never going to change. It's just the way it is. And you have to find your little area, little spot, little corner in the earth, on the world, in the world, that you can sort of just chill out and have all the things that you need. That's it. I mean, it's a very depressing and shitty world. So, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, why you're not enjoying your human experience here. That's another one thing I did forget to mention. It's like, I really hate when we lose someone we love. When one of our pets dies, that's the worst suffering there is. That's the worst, in my opinion. Besides seeing all the suffering that's going on out there, but it's when it happens to you directly. Very difficult. So, thanks for watching. Hit the like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more random talks, my thoughts. So again, thank you very much. I love you all. Hang in there. Maybe more of us will see what I see and what you see. Anyway, until next video, bye for now.